has the family managed to get through this crisis?
Bronny is doing extremely well. He has began his rehab process to get back on the floor this season with his teammates in USC, and the successful surgery that he had. But he's on the up and up. It's definitely a whirlwind and a lot of emotions for our family this summer. But the best thing we have is each other.
Now, after watching that interview, something is not adding up. Now, LeBron James said, of course, and we're all happy to see that Bronny is recovering. He's starting to move in the right direction to be able to return back to the court. But Bron had said that he was looking to come back to the court this season. Expected to make a return this season. Do you know what that means? I think a lot of people are expecting Bronny to actually play this season, and in my opinion, I don't think that's going to happen. Now, number one, of course, even if he returns back to the team, does not necessarily mean he's actually going to have his official first year this year, and he might end up redshirting. Now, the reason I say this is because, number one, a lot of time has passed since this team has actually been practicing and going through, their preseason sort of deal before they actually start and play on the court. Now, this is important definitely for building team chemistry, but I think it's important to remember if Bronny was to rush into his first year after having all this happen, I think it wouldn't be the best move for him. Number one being because, of course, if you haven't really played with the team, you probably haven't built that sort of chemistry that you want to have. And two, I think with everything going on in his life right now, it would kind of be a rush to go and try to play for this season. You might end up not performing as well as you would like. And number two, you probably got a lot on your mind that could cause you just to really not be on top of your game like you can. And that's why I'm going to call cap on this. I definitely don't think Bronny is returning or actually playing. In fact, this year, I think Bron might have misspoke, or at least he didn't really mean that Bronny was playing, but instead that Bronny will just be training and redshirting for his first year. Now, that's tough because this affects something else as well. Now, it number one affects, and if you do enjoy these types of videos and want to stay up to date with the latest basketball news, like the video and subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers, right around 22K. So like this video and subscribe if you want to stay up to date now. Now, what I will say is I think this could hurt the entire thing of Bronny playing with LeBron in the future. Now, number one, shout out to Bron because he did say that he was going to dedicate this entire season to Bronny. Man, and people were commenting like crazy on IG saying some wild stuff. But what I will say about this is the fact that the longer Bronny waits to actually play and actually go ahead and hoop for USC, it's going to take even longer for him to team up with Bron, if that is a possibility that could happen. Now, adding another year is definitely tough, man. The older Bron gets, the more likely he's going to retire. And I know he wanted to wait for Bronny, but it seems like in this case is definitely not going to be the year for Bronny to make the league, number one. And number two, this is assuming Bronny is actually going to be good enough to play in the NBA. Now, yes, people want to say automatically just because he was hooping in high school and he was playing pretty well, he has the genetics of LeBron, that he's going to make it. But we got to remember, nothing is guaranteed. I think Bronny has a great shot, but we're going to have to see him play into college before we jump to conclusions. And don't forget, man, Bryce James as well, the youngest son, may be trying to hoop with Bron as well. So the time is ticking, man. Hopefully Bronny can make a move and hoop with Bron in the future. Now, Bryce James just officially had his first debut with his brand new high school after leaving Sierra Canyon, and this was a shocking game. So click this video on the screen now because you won't believe how crazy Bryce is looking.